What is the very latest, the top 5 new announcements from Tesla just recently that you want to know if you're thinking about getting a Tesla? Let's get right into it. So if you're waiting on that perfect time to get your Tesla, what are the top 5 reasons, the new news that just came out that might influence that decision that just came out recently? And we start with point number 1. So what has changed is just recently we have heard news of the brand new standard range Model Y coming out of Giga Austin with brand new battery technology in the 4680 battery pack. As someone who has a Model 3 and is considering the standard range or other versions of the Model Y, this is big news. Now the 4680 battery pack, you're getting more efficiency, and that battery pack is acting as a structural battery pack, which makes it one of the safest Teslas ever made. So why should you care about this? Why is the standard range Model Y news? Well, it was just leaked at a $60,000 starting base price. It's only a few $1,000s less than the long range with less miles. You're going to get around 279 miles. So for a few $1,000s more, you could get the long range. Well, this new 4680 battery pack that will be in the standard range out of Austin is the big enticing factor. And why? Well, not only is it the latest battery pack, but it is the most efficient battery pack. So you can charge it up to 100%. Again, that's not going to give you more range because how they structure the battery clusters, you're only getting 279 miles. But let's get into point number 2 on the latest news if you are thinking about a Tesla. And I did want to add real quick, if you are looking at a Tesla, consider the links in the description for the best accessories that I have tried and tested in my Model 3 over the past 14,000 miles. So Autopilot comes with every single Tesla, and you might be pleased to know if you do a lot of highway driving, the Autopilot has recently increased its standard maximum speed from 80 miles to now 85 miles per hour. And what this means is, especially if you're on the highway at that cruising speed, there's been some updates and some updates with full self-driving that we're about to get into. But Autopilot, I use it all the time in city streets, on rural areas, in suburbs. It absolutely is amazingly accurate. And now you can drive even faster in Autopilot, which I can tell you as someone who really engages Autopilot as much as possible, that increase really does help. And much like Autopilot, but a much more enhanced version, full self-driving is now being released to even more beta testers. And if you're unaware, full self-driving will stop at stop signs for you. It'll lane change, it'll take ramps and exits, and acknowledge stoplights. So it really does take all the driving off of your hands. Now, of course, you still have to have hands on the wheel ready to intervene if you do have to, but that full self-driving is being released to even more Tesla owners. So if you are thinking about a Tesla full self-driving, you can buy it outright or subscribe to full self-driving more as a trial, if you will, on a monthly basis for $199. So right now, this beta, Elon Musk recently said that he might release it to drivers with a safety score, which measures things like your acceleration, how quickly you're braking, how fast you're turning. Those who have a safety score of 95% or higher. So let's move on to the next point of this list of 5. Point number 4, when it comes to new technology, well, when are the big announcements happening? Well, it was just announced when that big day will be. AI Day 2.0, where we're going to learn a lot about the new enhancements to Tesla technology, and we've already learned we will get updates on the Tesla bot. And if you're unaware, Elon said on the last earnings call that Robotaxi and Tesla bot will be almost a higher revenue driver than the cars themselves. So we really are tracking this news on the Tesla bot, Robotaxi, and we're going to get that in August on AI Day 2.0. And last but not least, point number 5. And this is something that I wanted to point out to you. We've been doing videos, almost doing 100 videos so far on this channel. And I want to point out this fact that you might not have noticed. So I don't want to jinx it, but I do want to let you know, if you are thinking about a Tesla, we have not seen a price increase, again, knock on wood, not trying to jinx it, in quite some time. Now, quite some time to Tesla means a few weeks. And I bring this up because nobody talks about the prices being steady. Usually what we hear is the bad news and there's price increases or stock shortages, and Teslas are really hard to come by. But I want to make you aware, if you are thinking about a Tesla, now might be a good time to think about placing your order because you can have a very predictable cost. You know how much it's going to be. I have not seen price increases happening recently. Now they did make a change very recently with the mobile connector and the wall connector. Those are no longer free, with each item costing $200 and $400 respectively. But one thing I do know, and I can say with almost 100% certainty, is that we're not going to see prices come down anytime soon. So if you're waiting on that, the latest news here in point number 5 is that we are seeing some steadying in price, if you will, some consistency. So if you're trying to make a budget and you're trying to maybe save up for a down payment, lock in that price before it goes up again and it'll be even higher. I can tell you one thing from someone who has driven over 14,000 miles in my Model 3, the news that we share on this channel and the technology that you're going to get in your Tesla changes constantly. I get constant software updates. If you are thinking about a Tesla, don't worry, you're not going to be left behind. You are going to get all the technology updates through the over-the-air updates in those software updates. So what you really want to pay attention to, like I said, are some of these announcements, the new cars like the standard range Model Y, the changes to technology with autopilot. Maybe you're someone who commutes on the highway. Now it's 85 miles an hour. There are some changes right now in 2022 that I hope that you learned something in this video. So these updates, and this was a list of 5, are happening all the time. So make sure you don't miss any of those updates, price changes, stock updates on this channel. Again, my name is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. The only way I know you like this content is to drop a like and consider subscribing to get all those future videos. And if you are thinking about Tesla, make sure to check out those links in the description, and we will see you in the next video.